All right, everybody. We have all had the great fortune of being cordially invited into the bedroom. How's it going, everybody? My name is Lauren. I'm one of the casters for Chair League. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out. I have the distinct pleasure of casting a game tonight. It's going to be Bedroom Donkey versus Lionspeed. Bedroom Donkey, I'm good friends with these guys. I've known them for a while now. Every chance I get to try to cast him, it's always cool. So, yeah, I'm appreciative that they let me cast for them. Lionspeed will be a new team to me. Really excited to see these guys as well. They seem pretty cool, pretty chill in the lobby. Everybody's in the lobby already. So we can actually just jump right in this. Oh, I'm wearing my robe on account of us being in the bedroom. I just see the response to the chat now. Into the bedroom. I think it's funny. So let me get these links out to the teams. Sending them to the captains now. I cracked myself up with that, not gonna lie. Alright, got the links out there. Too funny. Alright, here we go. Get the fancy draft music going. That's the one. We're actually going to be on Towers of Doom. Very interesting map to cast. I always enjoy this. The strategic element is very different from normal maps. Switching over. And of course this doesn't want to work, because why would it? Nah. There we go. I will not cast while laying down, Spagoo. That'd be Jelly Ninja. Welcome to the bedroom, boys and girls. Oh yeah, Spagoo. I wear contacts normally, but it's late. I didn't feel like putting contacts in. Jelly Ninja. Next time I cast Bedroom Donkey, we'll do the draw me like your French girl. Please pose. Oh yeah, sure. Yep. I need to sing Star Fox. Captain's link. Star Fox 64, nice. Interesting thing about the Heroes of the Storm AI is if you don't have someone on your friends list and you're just in a lobby with them, you can't really right click on their name to whisper them something unless they've actually said something. So I'm trying to get everything confirmed. Now I feel like the next time I stream, Jelly Ninja's gonna be here and be like, you made a promise, man. It's actually funny. So last night I was able to cast the season finale or the season 4 finals to Nextverse. Really great opportunity. I had a lot of fun doing it. And RFS Gaming won. There was a member of their team, Sleepy Bear, who was like, "Oh yeah, I'm planning to become a member of Lawrence Casting Couch." And I was like, "Oh wow." You guys are putting just the biggest smile on my face, man. I'm really glad you guys like my casting and stuff. Oh wow, I got a follow too. Monkey Lumps. Thanks for following, man. Really appreciate it. But here we go. Oh, wow. The draft's like well underway. Rip. Thrall and Kael'thas gets banned out in the first ban wave here. Two very strong heroes. Very meta-conscious decisions. Thrall has a lot of staying power in the altar phases, so makes sense to want to take them off the table. Lionspeed being the away team has second ban, so banning out Kael'thas. Always a logical choice there, and that opens the door for Bedroom Donkey to come away with Li Ming. And Spaguta, yes, this is in fact the casting couch. Lionspeed has two heroes to pick now. They're going to already pick up false stats. They afford themselves some global presence. On a map like Towers of Doom, it's very impactful to have that. False stat has a couple of viable builds. These days, you mostly see the mage stat build, but we might see some changes in that after tomorrow's patch. So, dude, that's how it's done in the bedroom. Johnny Ninja, I am casting a Pro Division game tomorrow night. Snipe Squad, another team that I really like to see. I know those guys pretty well. They're playing Psycom Esports, another really strong team that I like to see, and I've actually been able to cast them a few times as well. Bedroom Donkey picks up ETC and Zul, two very powerful heroes. I think these two heroes actually synergize really well. You put the root on someone and you power slide into them, it guarantees the position of where they're going to be locked down. There's a lot of passive synergy in those two abilities. Mosh Pit is always a powerful element to any team fight. In the second ban phase, we do see Uther and Johanna being taken out. Lionspeed pretty much being left with Murden or arguably Dahaka. Dahaka, I do feel, can work as a solo warrior, but Lionspeed might want to consider a double warrior if they do go for that. And then they would have the double warrior setup, double global presence on a map like Towers of Doom. That could be really cool. They do have two heroes to pick, though. About 46 seconds left in their time pool. I know I've advanced into my casting career when I'm on Halloran's casting couch. Let me get the time for you real quick. That'll cracking me up. So I will be doing that at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. Definitely invited to come check it out. Two very good teams. Two very fun teams to watch. So, yeah. Stop by, man. It'll be fun. Lionspeed really thinking about who they want to pick next. They have 14 seconds left in their time pool, and they do take Murden, so I don't see them going double warrior. I mean, they still very well could. Stormbolt in the Dahaka's drag is very impactful. That's a whole bunch of time to lock someone down, take them out of position. Right now, there's really only ETC to try to disrupt Dahaka's drag duration. So we still could see Dahaka come into play here. They are still thinking about it. They have some range damage in false stat already. They could also try to go for a double support. Tyrande and Tassadar both are still out there on the table. And they decide to go for Zagara. Zagara's a really cool hero in general. On a map like this, you get a lot of value out of being able to break up the channels for the altars. She can drop her, Hydralisks on someone. She does the little bomb drop thing. Her Banelings have a lot of range pokes, so it could be very difficult to get some of these altars when you're dealing with Zagara. And this is one of the larger maps in the game, so the vision that she'll grant will tell you a lot about the positioning of the enemy team. If Zagara ventures across the map and puts creep down on the enemy siege camp, it will really alert their team to what's going on that front. So they'll really stave off some aggression in the bottom lane. So it's a smart pickup. Bedroom Donkey goes for a double specialist lineup that picks Sylvanas and Brightwing, so they want some global presence too. You'll probably see Falstad and Brightwing squaring off to an extent on one portion of the map to make sure they can both show up somewhere else when the team fighting actually starts up. Sylvanas is also very powerful on a map like this. Her ability to lock down the keeps to shift the tides in your favor as far as knocking down the keeps and getting the advantage when you're capturing the altars. Very cool. Wailing Arrow is very powerful as well. And Lionspeed rounds out the composition with Volley. Always a solid pickup. Everybody's getting ready in our lobby already. I think this could be cool. Bedroom Donkey, they're going to want to be concerned about the early game. Before Brightwing gets Blink Heal, they could struggle on that front as far as being able to keep their team alive. Falstad does offer a good amount of burst, particularly past level 7, should they go boomerang. Could be a lot to deal with. ETC might even want to consider going for a groupies build here, because there are 3 heroes on the side of Lionspeed that could potentially go for Giant Killer. And being the only warrior out there on the front line, that's a point of concern. Jelly Ninja, I have every confidence that you're going to be there for the... What the heck did I sign myself up for? Man, I'm going to be so freaking embarrassed tomorrow doing that. We got 9 out of 10 players ready here. This is a best of 1. Looking over the draft still. I think a lot of it will come down to ETC's mosh pit play. That will definitely open the door for Li Ming to start getting some of those cooldown resets. Sylvanas does a surprising amount of damage. She does assassin tier levels of damage. So buying time for those 2 heroes, and Zul's no slouch either. Buying time for those heroes to really, you know, do their thing is going to be really important. But we are loading into the game here. I'll switch that over now. Get the fancy cool guy draft music turned off here, and I will unmute the game itself because I'm good at this production value. And my face is still showing here because I did a hangover stream on Saturday. That was pretty fun. I did a bad movie night with a couple of people. I'll invite some people over, watch a hilariously bad movie, get drunk in the process. I was pretty hungover Saturday. So what better way to deal with that than to start playing some Heroes of the Storm while trying to nurse my hangover. It was actually a really fun time though. Should try to do that more often. But here we go. Gonna get excited here. Everybody get involved. This is gonna be Bedroom Donkey against Lionspeed on the left side. Dev, Bedroom Donkey, Ullers on Li Ming, Strofo. My friend Strofoss is on Brightwing. Yedwang Hat is on ETC. Silver Ravens on Sylvanas. And Heisenbelade. Little discussion about that is on Zul. Over on the right side, you got Lionspeed. So my pylons is on Vala. S-Fox64, the captain, spinning the win on Falstack. Glaucus is there on Rhaegar. In the top, you have Masterfish on Murden, and we already have first blood. All 5 members of Bedroom Donkey. Lionspeed, you are invited to the bedroom. Already a show less than a full minute into this game, and Zez is down here on Zagara. Name synergy. Eisen keeping his pressure on Zagara here. Using their scythe to be able to clear out the creep is going to be really important. Try to take some of that vision advantage away. 3 members of Lionspeed hanging out here in the middle. Ola and Strofos doing what they can, keeping the lane pretty much even. And this double support composition is starting to come into play here. Silver Raven and Yed in the top lane, making sure that the lanes are pushed in their favor. They have a slight experience lead, definitely afforded to them by that early takedown. S-Fox in the middle of the map, so you don't stand to get the most value out of his ability to fly. Same as Strofo. Brightwing and Falstad here in the middle. So, you know, the first altar phase is always going to be the 2, as they come up right now. It's always the triple. First and fifth, the triples, so top left, top right, down the bottom. You do have Strofo committing to show up down here to try to secure this altar early, and I'm wondering how that's going to adjust the strategy for Bedroom Donkey. It looks like they're going for a 2-for-1. You have Glaucus over here with my pylons. Scoping out, checking out the bush here. Doesn't want to face check, a very heads up and conscious decision. Silver Raven should be able to get this pretty much uninterrupted. Heisen Yed, they're going to power slide in, manages to break up the turn in. Altar's already picked up. 1 apiece. So the last one's going to come down here in the top right corner. Brightwing showing up. Party's about to start. Yedwang slides in there. Glauco's really low Rhaegar's going to want to mount up, try to back away here, and Yedwang actually with the counter engagement, less than 500 health now, but it's Master Fish that's actually going to go down. But Bedroom Donkey has to be really careful because they could very easily lose 2 heroes, and it does look like they're starting to drive Lionspeed back again. Vala was able to use the multi-shot to try to break up the channeling, but Strofo is going to, or is he? He steps off to try to make sure his team's okay. And 17 health on my pylons. Silver Raven tried to catch him with the Haunting Wave. Wasn't able to do it, but they do secure another altar. So they're now going to be up 36-34. Both teams are level 4. Arcane Barrage, standard stuff. So a Q build for ETC. Lost Soul. Yeah. Nothing really too surprising. These teams have a good handle on the game, the meta, and stuff like that. I do like the Wolf Run talent at level 1 for Rhaegar. I think it's very underrated. That extra 10% can very easily be the difference between life and death. Bedroom Donkey, there's a few more people looking to be invited into the bedroom here in the chat. Glaucus and Zez are over here picking up the first camp of the game. Sylvanas, Silver Raven, and Yedwang have now rotated to the bottom, so they're going to try to clear out some of this creep. Face Melt's there for that, and Hyzant Delayed's going to be up in the top. Looking like they're going to try to, they at least scout out the top siege camp. Doesn't look like they're committing to it just yet. But the lane pressure that Bedroom Donkey's been able to establish so far in this game, it may seem subtle now, but we do have a pretty big engagement. Power Slide already used. Silver Raven is able to use the Haunting Wave to jump back, and it looks like they are going to be able to get away relatively unscathed. But like I was saying, the pressure that Bedroom Donkey's been able to apply thus far may seem subtle at first, but going it further into this game, you already have the lane pushed, and you already have Sylvanas on your team. So if you take a team fight, you kill a hero or two, that's just that much quicker. You can get over to the enemy keep, lock it down, and then take it, and then you pretty much start playing the musical keeps game, whereas the enemy is starting to take the keep you've just taken out, you've rotated somewhere else on the map, and you're taking a different keep. And that kind of leapfrog effect can be very, very much a thing on towers you do. Next altar phase is going to be up here in 10 seconds. Both teams have their level 7 talents. Phase shield, again, pretty standard stuff. Follow through, something of a surprise for me. ETC getting more damage. Very much a case for that. Power slides out on Masterfish's face. Polymorph the follow-up. Gets chunked down about half health, and it's not done yet, but Yedwang's also want to be super careful himself. Strofo's going to put the phase shield on him. Get back in there, champ. You're doing great. Power slide hits a couple people. My pylons really low. The root does come down, and the first kill is going to be on Falstad, and Yedwang just barely skates away. A bunch of members on both sides of these teams are really low right now. Silver Raven's going to want to be careful because they do have a good amount of burst potential on the side of Lionspeed. But all the members of Bedroom Donkey huddle together, making good use of Brightwing's ability to passively heal everybody on the team, and it looks like this altar's going to be theirs as well. And I think Lionspeed's going to want to try to better focus their damage. Both of these teams are leaving heroes with next to no health. And that's good, but if you communicate better and say, like, alright, let's go attack this person, those are going to turn into kills. And again, Brightwing sometimes struggles with support and keeping their team alive before Blink Heal. So Lionspeed definitely should try to get an early advantage before going into these heroics, because it's only going to be that much harder. Strofo has been able to keep his team alive. Heroics do change the entire context of the mid and late game, so we'll have to see how that comes into play. But for right now, both teams looking like they're jockeying for the heroics. All-around Li Ming does push this lane up pretty far. Some shots taken off on the tower. Down in the bottom lane, you got Silver Raven and Strofo. Again, keeping the lanes pushed in their favor. Masterfish is waiting in the wings to see if he can get a gank, but he's just going to move on. Rotates back up the mid. Mo Pylons. Is it Mo? I think it's Mo Pylons. Mo Pylons. My bad. Open disclaimer, I generally reserve the right to butcher people's names. It's not personal. I just don't know how to say people's names sometimes. And I get it. People say my name wrong all the time. Level 10 is picked up first for Bedroom Donkey. Looking at these, so we do see Blink Heal, Mosh Pit. Jury's still out for the remaining 3, but I'd be surprised if we saw anything but Disintegrate, Wailing Arrow, and, well, Poison. No, both heroes for Zul have a part to play here. We'll have to see where they go with that. And Heisen's really thinking about this too. They're probably like, well, which one do I want to go for? Power Slide out on Glaucus, the root to follow up. Rhaegar can't cleanse himself, so that is a free poke pretty much. But you do see Zez down here without any interruption from Bedroom Donkey, so he's going to be able to capture that altar. And should the rest of Lionspeed hold them off, and it looks like they are. Alder's almost done, but then Master Fish jumps in here, takes a good amount of damage. The Devouring Maw comes out, a Polymorph on Glaucus. Disintegrate already used, it's going to be down for 30 seconds or until a cooldown reset happens. Master Fish really low. Mosh Pit, last ditch effort, does not net them too much. The Ancestral Healing does come out and it lands on Murden, and I do think that Bedroom Donkey's going to have to start backing away here. The Haunting Wave used just in the nick of time to be able to get themselves away. Strofa was able to use the Blink Heal to secure their escape, and that's going to be a bit of a momentum change for Lionspeed. They were able to have Zez go down there, pick up the altar right away. The rest of the members were able to poke the members of Bedroom Donkey off the altar so they can fight that, 5-on-5. And Yedwong, by the time they saw an opportunity, the power slide in there for the Mosh Pit, their health was already so low that they didn't even really need a stun to break him out of it because he could just be taken out. So Yedwong might want to try to adjust his strategy when he's going to engage, or the team as a whole. I feel like ETC, especially past level 13, if these heroes on the side of Lionspeed pick up Giant Killer, he could really struggle with the poke potential there. So landing more hard engages at the earlier stages of a team fight and dictating the terms of how those are going to go, and keeping Lionspeed on the back foot and responding to how they engage is going to be really important. Because the longer Yedwong hangs out front, Giant Killer could absolutely shred his health. Both teams are pretty even. This is a very even game. 28 points apiece on either core. Uller and Star Fox squaring off here in the top lane. Power Slide from Yedwong out on Glaucus. The root to follow up. He's going to be able to heal himself up here though and get back behind his tower wall. But no, he's not going to use as well. That could have been pretty important if they were able to bait out the early well. Next altar is going to be up. But now the experience advantage is actually going to be over on the side of Lionspeed. So they stand to get their level 13 talent first. And I'm wondering if Bedroom Donkey is just going to concede this altar because of that, or if they're going to look to scrap down a talent. And so far, Strofa's been absolutely uninterrupted, but they do jump in there, and they do have their level 13 talents. Lionspeed is definitely going to want to press this advantage. The Rain of Vengeance gets a good amount of damage on ETC, but he's able to slide away. Strofa's going to start healing his teammates up. The Wailing Arrow hits a couple of members of Lionspeed, and Yedwong again is the first one to go down. Silver Raven uses his Haunting Wave, and then meanwhile at the Legion of Doom, Zez just moseys on down and takes the altar. I do feel that Bedroom Donkey would have been better served just conceding this altar, establishing pressure on other sides of the map. The late game for Towers of Doom, 6.5 out of 10. You can definitely come back from a very steep deficit. Actually, earlier in a game, I played with some members of Bedroom Donkey. We literally had 1 point on our core, and I think the enemy team had 24, and we came back. So I would go back to the point of using your composition to establish pressure in these lanes, and then once you do get a numbers advantage, that's when you strike, and then that's when you start taking some of these keeps. I do think it's better to give up 4 points now than to lose the game later. One of the towers is going to go down, the next one has next to no health. Both teams just kind of poking at each other. Let's look at the level 13 talents to see exactly how much Giant Killer ETC is going to have to worry about. It looks like only Falstad went that route. Went for more of a auto attack focused build in general anyway, so they'll synergize really well. Thunderstrike, Frost Shot, Tidal Waves, solid pick there. Mutalisk, But the Mosh Pit actually is going to secure one kill, not one, but two. So that's going to be Murden and Rhaegar getting taken out, and this is exactly what I was referring to. You get a numbers advantage somewhere, and then you use Sylvanas to lock down the towers, and then you start taking keeps. And this is a disaster for Lionspeed. You lose two heroes, they're going to be down for 17 and 18 seconds as the altar phase comes up, and it's the 5th altar phase, so it's a triple now. Strofo should be able to come down here, pick that up without any sort of interruption, and teleport up here. Uller on Li Ming is going to start poking in there. The Mighty Gus is going to try to secure a disengage, and S-Fox is really close, but the Disintegrate is there in time to break them up off of that. Silver Raven, meanwhile, is over in the top left corner getting the altar, and another really important element to this is that they're getting 5 points for every shot. Yedwong is low on health again. The Ancestral Healing does come out, and Yedwong does go down, so Mo Pylon's going to start leading the charge here. Zez is going to start picking up the altar. So, again, that's only going to be 3 points off of the core for Bedroom Dog. They played that really well. It just so turned out that those 2 kills on Lionspeed came up right as the altars was going to show up. They took the keep. And this is the part where they can start playing the musical keep game. Get your accordion out. You know, you double your suspenders, your Urkel pants and stuff like that, and start. I'm just saying, the musical keep game is pretty funny. Silver Raven up here against S-Fox on Falstad. Both teams are level 16. 5 takedowns at 3. Critterize is going to be very much a difference maker in these team fights. An extra 25% is definitely going to allow Yedwong to hang out there with a little more confidence as he buys time for his team to start melting faces. Opposing presence was picked up. Cold Embrace for some more vulnerability. Amplified damage for some more vulnerability. And then Mirror Ball. So, Uller's like, thanks guys. Y'all the real MVPs, giving me so much vulnerability to deal with. Brute Expansion. Hammer time, so there isn't now another stun Yedwong is going to have to be concerned about. But Yez, my friend, you are somewhat forward here. And there's... Oh! And for Zez's next trick, he's going to disappear in the blink of an eye. Erased off the map, and again, this is right as the altar phase starts to come up. It's only going to be 2 altars this time in the top and right corners of the map. So, should Lionspeed play their cards right, they should be able to buy time, at least try to get one of these altars in the top right corner. It does look like they're already positioning themselves there to do just that. But something that's important to consider is that the siege camp was picked up in the bottom lane. So that's going to stroll across the map all casual-like. The cleanse is nicely timed for S-Fox, but there is the Critterize, the counter, the follow-up on that. Rain of Vengeance, some counter synergy there. The Mighty Gus saving them from some trouble. And all the members here of Lionspeed are really low as Zagara starts jockeying and says, hey guys, I know I'm late to the party, but I can play. I got a Devouring Maul. And everybody's grouped up for it. So it's going to be a pretty good time. Ancestral Healing does land on Mo Pylon, so their health bar gets reset. A sick Wailing Arrow hits the majority of Lionspeed, and everybody's health is low. Yedwong hanging out front here, that's going to be Falstad, but ETC's right behind. The cooldown reset, not enough for Uller to get another takedown here, but they do pick up one of the altars, and that's actually going to be both the altars. But Sylvanas goes down. This came at a cost for Bedroom Donkeys. They lost 3 heroes, but when you put yourself up 11 points this late in the game, on the verge of, the next tier is going to be the Storm Talents, that's a trade I would take. Siege, the camps made their way across here, got a good amount of damage onto the keep. That's something the Bedroom Donkey's going to have in their back pocket. With the numbers advantage, Lionspeed has opted to not go for the boss. I think that's a safe play. You don't want to get caught going up against that boss because it does the most damage out of any siege camp in the game. So they're just using this time now, slow things down, get things on an even pace. They're a full level in experience, so they can just push these lanes up, bide their time, get a Storm Talent advantage, and then try to start taking this game back into their hands. Again, Stoneform Executioner. I really like that talent choice. It synergizes well with Rhaegar. As long as anyone's within the range of that totem, they're going to eat a lot more damage. from Vala now, and it kind of reignites the point I was making about Yedwong's concerns out on the front line. More or less what we've been seeing is that Yedwong is pretty much the first to go on the side of Bedroom Donkey in these team fights, and as he should, but again, it's just something to be worried about. They do manage to come down here, lock down this keep. It was already half health, and they take it pretty much handily. One altar is going to be down here in the bottom. They have the a 5-3 advantage, and in my opinion, Bedroom Donkey should just give this up. They're down a Storm tier talent. They could very well get wiped here. All the heroics are up. Something to really be concerned about. The Devouring Maw is used early though, but Mo Pylons next to no health. And actually the Ancestral Healing doesn't land. Something from downtown and a God tier mosh locks down 4 members of Lionspeed. Zez is able to use his Bolt of the Storm to get away and then try to tell everybody else's story. But down a talent tier or not, they are not particularly concerned. Bedroom Donkey says, "You're in the bedroom now. You're in the bedroom." And what's really cool about this is that they can do math. They can do math too. So they can end the game right now. They get 6 points here, right? So then Silver Raven capture this. That's going to leave 4 points. And oh, there's a boss on the map. There's a boss who can get you 4 points as well. And there's 4 members of Lionspeed down. Zagara could try their best, but I just don't see them doing much about this. So this is very much looking like GGWP. Stay in school, kids. Learn your arithmetic, because that was just sensational shot calling on the side of Bedroom Donkey, stalling out the altar cap, taking out the middle keep to ensure victory. It's very nicely done. And that was a gutsy play on the side of Bedroom Donkey in general. Again, they were down their Storm talent tiers. So to hang out there, if they wiped, that could have been a snowball effect that they would have never come back from. Not that late in the game. They would have lost keeps. The boss who got picked up, any advantage they had from a core standpoint would have been lost. So it was a huge gamble. And Lionspeed, it showed proficiency in being able to take some of these team fights and take ETC out in the earlier stages. But Bedroom Donkey was just able to chunk down Vala, and then the tower took them out before the Ancestral Healing landed. And then the mosh pit just locked everybody else up. I mean, you could not ask for a better mosh. And GG. Very exciting stuff. I'm really glad I got to see and cast that game. Thanks again for the invite. That was, in fact, the only game that I had to cast for tonight. So I think that's going to call it for me. Yeah. But again, Bedroom Donkey comes away the victor here against Lionspeed. My first time seeing Lionspeed. Very cool team. Looking forward to see them around in future stuff. Really well played by both parts. But this time it just went Bedroom Donkey's way. And it's a good time in the bedroom. It's a good time in the bedroom. It's very chill, very relaxed, and you always get a show. Oh, I gotta one before I do go. Heisen likes to tilt me with these pictures, right? So she sent this tweet, and I'm just gonna let it speak for itself. And thanks for compliments on the casting. I did hear a couple of follows. I'll be sure to give you guys some shout outs here just a second. But I have to show this picture because you'll see why I have to show this picture once I put it up. And you'll say, I understand, Albert. That's bigger than you. See? So look at this. You see this? You see this? You see what I'm talking about now? I mean, are there words? Like this is why cavemen painted on walls. Like, for real. I'm just gonna let that sink in while I look at my Twitch thing so I can go over the names, because I did hear a couple of follows, and I am very appreciative of every follow, of every comment, every consideration anyone has for me and my casting. I really appreciate it. So there was Monkey Lumps and Elenaril Underhill. I hope I said that right, but thank you for the follow, Monkey Lumps again. Thanks for the follow, Jello Ninja as well. Thanks for the follow. Jello Ninja apparently is going to be very on, very adamant and on time tomorrow when I cast the Pro Division game, because I mentioned that there was a chance. Well, to be fair, I did say I would. I do the pose me like your French girls thing, but I don't know how I feel about that. But yeah, that's Heisen for you. That's Heisen. But again, thanks for hanging out. Very fun. Yedwong, thanks for following me. Hope to see you guys again soon. But for now, I'm going to call it a night. So, thank you. Bye.